Hello, hello, hello. Shin here, and I've been having to upgrade a little bit. I meant to do this a while ago anyway, but I need a lot of resources. The iron necessary for this build is ridiculous, so I did that. And now I need to go back down here, because I happen to have, yes, here we are. Happen to actually have some nodes ready. Oh, one fun thing that happened, I'm pretty sure it was in R41. It might have been in R40. And I just missed it. But the loot bags, they now actually have oops, wrong level. They now have a life of their own. If you remember, at the very beginning of the last episode, I had to go underwater to get... I heard you. I had to go underwater in order to get a bag that was dropped. And I thought it was just to keep it being rude, but no. It actually fell and rolled underwater. Another thing is, if you place... I see you. If you place a bag down, or if you place an object on top of a bag, it will just raise up to be on top. Come on. I've had a lot of lag issues. Not as much heal up not as much as I have when I'm at the work site, but definitely having some lag issues. I forgot to bring I was going to bring some doors down and I forgot. Well. Oh. Okay, I'm beginning to see why people are annoyed by the cooldown. At least with the healing potions, don't do a cooldown. Please. At any rate, I found this lovely little section, and I need to go over to the other side too. So I'll get this going. And then we'll head over there. I am, of course, using super extractors for... Currently using them for the diamond, because I don't have a diamond farm. Oops. But I am definitely using them for the iron. Because now we get 5, 10, and 15 for our levels. Which is a far sight better than it was. I think it was like 3 for the lowest tier. Like 3, 6, 9. Anyway, you can see I've also been making use of the new TNT levels. I've excavated quite a bit of this. But I'm going to go ahead and use... I shouldn't, but I'm going to. Should be able to make more. Or am I out again? I'm out of obsidian again. There's more brewing up there. Just do that. But I'm completely out of coal, so that's an acceptable sacrifice. Speaking of coal, let's get our butts up here. Don't come back for those. The amount of iron, yeah, the amount of iron that's being used in this build is utterly insane. I was quite shocked to find out just how much is needed. But, you know, it happens. The good news is I'm getting a lot of iron back, and most of the components needed are iron bars, for example, and you still get a good 8 to a pack for those. So it's not the best, but it's not too insane. And the increase definitely helps. Look at this lag. Oh well. Got ourselves a little sneak peek. Where is it? Oh, there we are. Gotta keep this lit. Not that it's really helping at the moment. You saw that I'm still spawning stuff. But, you know, it's the thought that counts. Inventory full again. Can I get rid of? Yes, I know my quick bar is full. I'm trying to drag it down. Just use this to fill in a few holes. Oh, more diamond. Okay. Now that that's done, I'll pop that for now. You can see the torch. Why is there a torch there? I actually don't know why there's a torch there. Oh well. Back to our bomb. So yeah, these new TNT upgrades are quite wonderful. Do we get another sneak peek? Getting close. I'm gonna try and link this up. I see something glowy down there. Oh well. Tourmaline. We need tourmaline. We always need tourmaline. Even though we don't need it for this build per se, tourmaline is your friend. And let's see if we can dump a bit of inventory clutter. Here we go. Ooh, more iron. Excellent. Oh, we're actually... Oh! Oh, this is our hallway. Okay. That explains things. Let's take this wall. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Thank you. Okay. More coal. Okay, we need the coal. Coal is coal. So, now that we've linked this up, I'm going to be excavating huge amounts of this, and at some point, I'll probably do something with this room. Like, it won't just be a big empty space. I'll find a purpose for it. I'll also find a purpose for all this dirt. I've got so much dirt right now, it's ridiculous. Oh, and that reminds me. Let's go back up here. Because I need to show you the progress, and then I'm going to disappear for a few, and get back to what I'm doing here. Oops. Part of the reason why I want to stop over there anyway is I need to I need to figure out what I'm short on stone-wise, and I'm going to go stone mining, which I've used up all my excavators, so I'm gonna have to get more of those. Yeah, let's get this. I love the fact that we can hold shift and forge multiples. You still can't forge all, but this is a good payoff, or a good trade-off. Okay. I have iron. Actually, I have 50 bars of iron already made. Let's go up here. And harvest this. Okay. So I have one piece of stone to my name at the moment. Rather embarrassing, but there you go. Oh, and that's not from a funeral. That's actually a savanna biome that's southeast of here. We will need some. We'll actually need some of the plants from the savanna, in decent quantities. So I went ahead and stuck a portal to that place, and since none of my portals are properly marked, I figured I'd at least mark that one. And of course they're not properly marked because I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm gonna separate them all by level. This is something I need to point out. If you're going to build the castle, pay very close attention, because the ground is actually 2 levels deep. Completely screwed me up. I had a lot of this done, and I kept seeing red, and I dug down, and yeah, it's 2 levels. So not only do you need to build your surface, you actually have to build a layer of grass under the surface. All of this that you see that's at the level I'm standing, I had to dig underneath of that and put in grass. Over here also, I've temporarily built a wall here. The towers, thankfully, one of the things I like about this, it's not a square base. So you can see over here, it does this, and it actually starts cutting in, which you can't see that well, but yeah. So once I've built this, I'm going to actually, I don't know how it's going to look, but the plan is to remove this part of the wall and let it reflood. But I'm a little bit worried about these iron sections. I'm not sure how attractive that's going to be, so we'll see. If it doesn't work out, I can always build something to just, hold up. And it looks like I missed 2 squares here. Also note that when you do that, the red disappears, for at least the ground, which I found very annoying. I'm going to put it down to just the size of the build. I figure that's most likely the cause. It's such a big build that all of that red would pretty much kill the processing ability on most of the on most lower end systems, and Creativerse is one of those games that, while it may not run perfect, it will run on lower end systems. Oops. So that's my guess. Okay, I could have sworn I saw... I'll have to wait until I come back now. At least I got those 2. Okay. Quick peek at this. Dirt's still finished. I found that we needed some obsidian brick wall, and I happen to have some on hand. I made it for the sake of unlocking things. You'll see the Savannah tall grass is needed. Lots of iron bars, 51 iron bars are needed. I'm actually almost halfway done with the grass. It's going to take me a while, especially without any excavators on hand to level out these hills. Bedrock, we've got that. Medieval brick inset wall, we need a lot more. 64 in my inventory, but I'm pretty sure we actually have all of what we need on that. Sitting in one of the chests. The same does not go over the medieval brick wall, but I'm pretty sure we have a good chunk of that. Stacked stone wall, I have about half of what we need. The stone boulder wall, I need to make that yet. I only have like one piece, I think. The peak stone, I'll have to go harvesting that, but we're near mountains, so that won't be a big deal. And there's a lot of smaller stuff, like some yellow concrete. Thatched roof, thatched wall. So yeah. Now one thing that bothers me, if we scroll back up, and this is what I was saying about the iron. The medieval chain requires iron. You have iron stairs, iron roof. I believe those will require iron. I haven't checked the recipe yet. The iron table, I can almost guarantee the medieval doors are going to require iron for the hinges. And just lots of things. Iron door. Thankfully only one of those. But it's a lot of iron. Just a lot of it. So that I think is the biggest downside to not just buying the kit. But if you like building with the medieval castle blocks, I would strongly suggest buying the kit just for spare parts, because you get all of that iron in there. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. Ooh, I have that trapdoor. I actually have a lot of this. I just have to grab it as necessary. So yeah. One thing I was thinking about doing was getting setting my favorites to a lot of what's needed here, but I'm not going to bother. Weeds. We do need to get get some weeds up here probably. So yeah, drawbridge is done, and it looks pretty cool. I'm missing one little piece of chain there. There we go. So that's the base of it, and you can see I built all the way up there, just to get that done. Now, technically, in a real castle, that would ideally be chain, not obsidian roof. But you have what you have. And you can see, and I'm pretty sure that that's just supposed to be a structural detail. I could be wrong on that, but anyway. Like, basically when the drawbridge raises, that's supposed to rise up that. But yeah. So we have a lot more to do over here. Lots of little details, bits, bobs, things like that. You can see over here we're going to have to build into the... I hate when it does that. I mean, seriously. How am I supposed to, like... That, I think, is one of the biggest issues I have with the, with this. I mean, it's a lovely design. I love it, but it's so huge that you literally can't just build without losing the red. Like, if I was to come over here, see, it disappeared. Now I know that I still need it, but knowing that I need to take this out does not really excuse the fact that I can't see what I need to take out. So a lot of what I did yesterday, and I worked for 4 hours yesterday. Today I've worked for about an hour and a half now. But most of it wasn't on this. It was, mining. But you can see I went through and I just kept working on that base level and kept going until I found a square that did not need a block, and then I would just wall that back in. Now this is all going to actually come down once I get some hopefully once I get some excavators. That's a lot of work. And this right here, you know what? I need stone. I'm just gonna mine this. Screw it. I have all that dirt. I'll just mine that out and replace it. Yay, problem solved. So I have some corners done, and I do believe this is the rear of the structure. But I still have to come all the way up here and do all of this. This is apparently the corner, so what I'm going to do this. Oh, and something else of note is that when you're working on this, you're going to have a lot of even before you do it, because how should I put this? The artificial blocks that you build attract mobs normally. Well, I've hardly put any artificial blocks in, and I have mobs constantly walking down the little corridors that I've dug out and things like that, so be very wary of that. Also, even perhaps more important, mob levels have been adjusted, like their attacks and special abilities and stuff have all been adjusted to be a little bit more balanced, but I seem to note that night mob spawns are happening a lot more frequently and in places that are somewhat lit. I don't know about a brightly lit area, but you notice that in my mining areas, you actually had mobs spawning and coming out even though I had it lit. So that is something you might want to consider, and I would actually consider starting to invest in the biggest Arctech lanterns. I'm not a big fan of them, mainly because they're blue. Go away. Oh, I can show you this. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them because of the blue light. It doesn't, to me it's not as bright, but at the same time, bye-bye. Don't you just love that? Look at that. I mean, that is something, I'm sorry, that is something that makes me happy. As idiotic as it sounds, that little thing right there just makes me happy. Because it's something that I feel we've needed. I'm not a fan of the bags just floating in midair. It doesn't appeal to me in such a way that like it takes away from the realism of the game. That's my opinion, of course, but you want to die too? There we go. As I've just filled up the inventory slots I just freed up for this. Okay, I've had enough. So yeah, anyway, I'm rambling and I have a lot of work to do here. So I'm going to go and I'll probably post this as its own episode and then do a part 2 and upload it later today with another update. I don't know how many episodes this mini-series is going to be. I was going to just do 6, like 1 a day. But I don't want them to be unbearably long. And obviously, at this early stage, I'm gathering resources and it's boring because I'm not really doing that much. I'm ranting a lot, but I do that anyway. So yeah, I'm going to go and work on gathering some of that stone up, and my mine is probably, or I'm probably at this point ready to harvest the iron. So I am going to disappear for now, and I'm regretting this, but I'm not regretting this. After hearing Sidemaster say, "Oh, I definitely don't want to build this by hand," the fact that I'm building it without the kit just feels like a little one-up, a little friendly competition, saying, "I can do this. Can you?" Oh. Oh, look at that. Oh. I thought I saw a cave over there, or at least something coming out of a cave. We've got a cave here. That just makes things even better. Arg. Because not only... I'm just gonna get rid of some of that dirt. Not only does this mean that I have more resources for stone, but it gives more of a credibility to the location of the castle. I mean, our brave knights and whatnot have a place to go and explore and do their little thing. And who knows, we might even get a little roleplay adventure out of this at some point. You know what, this is going to be extraordinarily... Sorry. There we go. Okay. I was about to dump my piece of stone. Oh, look, another entrance to it too. So yeah, this is going to be a really good area for us. Several cave entrances. And I will probably build a road that actually goes down. We can build slopes though, but it heads south towards the tower, and it's a ways to the tower. But I'm probably gonna build a road heading that way, like an actual road. So look forward to that. Season 2 is coming up pretty soon. I've been debating on whether to leave it for the for the birthday of FLP, or at least our presence on YouTube, because we put them up. We actually put them up on Rainbow's birthday, so it's not only an anniversary but also her birthday. But with the official release coming out, I might actually start season 2 next week. Tailing off from the celebration. So that is a distinct possibility. I have not decided fully yet, but there's a very good chance that Season 2 will be happening in about a week, so look forward to that possibility. And until next time, make sure that when you build a blueprint, the bottom layer is completed before you start the layers above it. I really wish they'd fix that. And I will see you all again later today, I believe.